First there was Ben and Jerry. No, wait, that was Tom and Jerry. Then came the ice cream dudes. Anywho, fast forward a bit, and this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Welcome to the show, everybody. Another great show, another professional intro as well.
The show often starts off with laughing these days because you took it upon yourself then to yell ice cream at the top of your lungs.
Well,
not a joke. You just yelled a word that played in our show intro.
Well, for the past few weeks, we've been yelling quotes from the intros. I tried to mix it up today and yell ice cream. And you know what? It's gotten the boys around each other. The problem is, though, that it's really upped the morale of the show.
You and Mike find this so funny.
And so do you.
It's of varying degrees of humour.
Sorry, Luke, did you not hear that I just went, ice cream? Very funny.
Can I just add,
No.
all...
Big show today coming up.
We'll see you after the break. Luke and Lewis. Luke, I want to talk about...
Sorry, before we went to the song, we rudely interrupted Radio Mike. He was trying to talk. Mike, what did you have to say?
Oh, thanks, Luke.
No, I don't care. All right, turn your mic up.
So, as I was saying, Luke, a few businesses, every now and then a big business, or what used to be a big business, will just close down. And often you're just not surprised.
Yeah. Like, for example, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's still one near me. They haven't completely closed down.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I remember, because you always give me a bit of a hard time for living in the country when I always persist that I do not live in the country. One day we were driving down near my local shops and you just burst out laughing and said, "Is that a Blockbuster?"
Mate, the only way that could be any more country is if it was a Video Easy.
Yeah, which only actually got, there was a Video Easy, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's still so recent history.
It was like 2014, they got rid of it.
But the latest business to do this is Toys R Us, which was kind of surprising until you realize that Toys R Us never got into online shopping at all. They never started selling their toys online.
They were just selling toys in the shop.
Yeah.
Who's buying toys in the shop?
No one.
Because it used to be a thing when we were kids to go to toy shops and have a browse. I remember looking forward to it. But now kids are probably not interested and just want to play with the toy.
Yeah, well, I think the reason why is no parent ever wanted to go into Toys R Us. Like, it was always a delight for me and an absolute chore for mum. So the moment that online shopping happened, people were like, oh, good, I'll buy toys online. Now we don't have to go into Toys R Us.
Yeah.
But Toys R Us never started up an internet place.
That's bizarre.
But there's heaps of businesses like that. Sometimes I'll see a business shut down and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you don't even really feel bad. You're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I saw...
I remember used to be this place in Footscray, I'm not going to say what it saw, it was a grocery store that was making most of their income from selling fireworks out the back. And then they shut down one day and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the latest one...
That's a true thing. Mike goes, oh yeah, it is a true thing.
The latest one that I saw was... I'd never seen this store before. The first time I saw it was when they had a giant "We're closed and this is why" sign on it, and I always love reading them. And the store was a book auction place, so they would auction off books to the highest bidder. And I read that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, so like eBay."
You don't have to justify why you're closing down. We know.
Yeah, like they had this big reason.
That's
like,
not
we're
a business.
So sorry. It's like, dude, you as if you didn't see this happening.
It's like you're not even a bookshop. You auction off books.
Yeah.
You don't even sell books at the recommended retail price. How did you ever think that was going to work?
You're like, you could buy for whatever you want. Because really, how many books can you auction off that would be like more than $20? You got to look hard, especially in Australia. If you find any famous books written by authors, they'd all be from England from 100 years ago.
Well, Speck and McGee, written by Gary Lyon and Phyllis Arena.
That's true. I'd spend about 10 grand on
Every
that.
time you reference books on the show, it's the only book I know.
Mike, Radio Mike, our button pusher, is
He's gearing up. He's ready because it's his time of the week. Every Thursday now. I don't know why this has become a regular segment.
Mike's
but
time of the week again.
We let him do a segment called Mike's Likes.
Sorry, guys. Am I allowed to talk now?
Yes,
been
you are.
Quite a tumultuous show for me. So
No, well,
far.
you can only talk now because it's your segment.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
As stipulated in your contract, which
Well-
you should abide by.
guys, I don't even really know what to say.
Yeah.
Today.
We know, that's
Luke's
why- that's
not
why
even
we do
looking
the
me
show.
in the eye right now. Today,
No, just do your segment. I don't even need to be here.
I'm making a stand
A stand.
because
Really? You're in a chair, though.
I'm upset, guys.
Yeah? Why?
And I
About
couldn't-
what?
About a lot of things, which you will soon find out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing Mike's likes today.
Oh.
I'm too upset. I've had enough, I might say. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm going to be very short this week because
Yeah, you're pretty short all the time. What are you, like 5'7"?
In the past few weeks, I've noticed that Mike's likes, which is a fan favorite segment, I think we'd all agree. The fans
Unconfirmed.
go crazy
From
for it
your
every
only
week.
fan.
And it's just turned into a thing that's just against me. It's a laughing
Yes.
stock against Mike.
Yes,
It's
that's
not,
what it always was.
What do you mean
Didn't
it turned
turn-
into
no.
it?
we're no
That's
longer
the first time you did the segment. We laughed at you for bringing it to the
We
show.
said, yeah, that'll be funny. Bring it on the show so we can laugh.
And then we let you do it again because, again, always fun having a good old laugh.
Well, if we all want to have a good old laugh at Mike, I think it's about time we do this.
Bullying, ganging up on Mike, questioning the legitimacy of Mike's segments on the show, when Mike rings Luke and he purposely ignores the call. Radio duos that gang up on their panel operators for cheap laughs. When Mike rings Lewis but he answers the phone as Margaret Summersby. Being close friends with two great guys who just seem to want to watch you fail. Everything that's grinding Mike's gears right now. This is Mike's Dislikes.
Wow. Yes, it is quite a different vibe in the studio today because I'm not happy, guys. I'm pretty... I
don't
can't
know.
even say it on the radio, but I'm peed off.
Mate,
You just pretty much said it.
most of those things seem to be directed at us.
Well, I think you're going to feel the anger very, very soon. Can I just kick into it? Or do
Turn
we
Yeah.
need
the
to...
rock music off.
It's so weird you talking and Back in Black is just playing in the background.
Well, I'm sorry, because Back in Black is how I'm feeling right now.
Right.
Angry and rock and roll and ready to unleash.
Here you go, man.
Because Luke and Lewis, the radio show, and the people... Welcome to Mike's Dislikes. Have yourself a dislike. Mike does not like.
Wait,
So,
and the show and everyone who
Wait,
listens
do you
to it.
dislike the listeners?
No, not the listeners. The
You just said
listeners-
everyone who listens to
You
it.
just said the people.
No, I said and the individuals, as in you two as individuals, and this show as an entity, excluding
Listeners, I'd
me.
like to officially apologise for Mike's disrespect towards you. I like you.
Listeners, I'd like to ask you guys to tell Luke and Lewis that this is enough. Enough is enough.
And while you're at it,
I
block
come
Mike on
here every
Instagram.
day and I panel the show out to the wide array of listeners on this network. And
That's
what
a
do I
lie.
get? I walk out of here, it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job. It's never.
Mate, you
Thank
get paid
Mike.
more than us.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for turning our mics on. Thank you for playing Kingdom by Dan Sultan again. Thank you for
You
playing
don't
Lemon
choose
Fruit.
the music.
Well, I start him, and that is why Luke and Lewis, the show, and the entities,
And the
you've got
listeners.
yourself a dislike. The listeners, you're still in Mike's likes. Hang
Hey,
on.
Lewis, are you feeling pretty shook right now
Yeah,
that you
very
just got a
shook.
dislike?
Well,
Very
good.
shook.
I'm
And-
rattled, man. I'm not sure what he's going to do next.
Now, I'm glad we've gotten that awkward situation out of the way because, as you all know, in Mike's dislikes, we always start with a specific personal one,
Yeah.
but then we wean out into less personal, more like specific ones. So,
Right. So
second
go to
up,
your next one, mate.
well, second up, Scar from The Lion King. Have
Yeah.
a dislike, mate. Come on.
You're in Mike's bad books, buddy boys.
Scar from The Lion King is
I agree.
just such a deviant.
Can I add in the hyenas as well from The Lion King?
And the hyenas and the entire empire.
you
that-
know
Pretty
what?
much anyone who hangs out in an elephant graveyard full stop should be in Mike's dislike.
And
Yeah,
you know
well-
what's weird about Scar is for some reason he seems older than his older brother that was the king.
Yeah, well,
which is just a strange
I just
choice.
think, and this can probably reflect into some people's real lives as well, I just think it's disrespectful to purposely push your brother off a cliff. And you can hear in the piece, I'm angry. I'm bloody angry at Scar.
All right, give us your third one.
Well, here's the third one, guys, and I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's a pretty big deal. George Benito, not his real name, cover-up name, guy from my primary school. welcome to Mike's Dislikes.
I don't like you.
George, and you know who you are if you're
No, he
listening
doesn't
at
because
home.
you used a different name.
No, he will know who he is once he hears this. Used to play Foursquare together at lunchtime. Just a couple of 10-year-old kids at primary school.
Mates in school.
Trying to enjoy their lunchtime. George Benito, every time he got out, refused to go out, which caused a lot of friction between me and him because we were probably the best two Foursquare players in the school at the time.
Why did you care? If you were the best, you would have been in Kings anyway, and he would have been in Duns.
Well, I was in King a lot. He was in King a lot. So I was always trying to get him out. And when he'd get out, he'd be like, no, replay, man. Not
I
on.
think I know what's happened here. You two were just excluded from the real Foursquare game and then you just had to play with an idiot that no one liked.
No, not at all. Anyway, George Benito, welcome to Mike's Dislikes. And guys...
Hey, Mike, who's the ultimate dislike this week? Who's the worst? Us, Scar, or George?
we don't... That's not how the segment works, Luke.
Pick.
You know that. We've done it before.
You have to pick. I demand that you pick. All right.
All right,
I will
well-
not say it's time for a song.
I'm going to say the Luke and Lewis show. I think
out.
clean up...
I'm leaving.
We stormed out of... Lewis has left. You know what? And I'm going to leave too.
Well, good. That was my aim, to
Really?
take over the show and take control. Guys, we'll be right back.
because that
It's
was
the
your aim. I'm staying.
It's the Radio Mike Show on Luke and Lewis.
Lewis, pretty exciting news regarding the new season of The Bachelor. Obviously heard all about it, did you?
Like Bachelor in Paradise?
No, there's just the new season of The Bachelor.
Are they promoting?
They announced the new Bachelor, Lewis.
But the next Bachelor hasn't even started yet. That seems like a very strange promotion.
It is a
choice.
strange promotional choice.
That'd be like me announcing.
Mate, you're
a
speaking
tour
to me.
and then promoting the next one.
Yes, you're speaking to me like I'm an executive at Channel 10. I'm a fan of the show, and as a fan of
So
the
you're
show,
just pumped.
yeah, I'm pumped to tell you who the next Bachelor is.
Well, now I'm going to have to deal with keeping track of two different Bachelor shows from you.
Well, it won't start. It won't
both
start
of which
yet.
I don't care about equally.
I hate this negative attitude every time I try and bring up my favourite TV
I
show
hate
on the
positive
show.
attitude. Wish
Can
you
you
were
hear me
more
out?
negative, man.
All
All
right.
right. Well, what's
The
why
brand
is
new
it
Bachelor.
this?
I think you'll be excited about this Bachelor.
Yeah.
All right? The brand new Bachelor is Nick Cummins, Australian rugby union player. Never
That
heard of
doesn't
him?
help me.
Here, we've got a couple of audio grabs. He's quite known for his post-match interviews,
Is he
and
like
he's
a genius or
and
something?
he's known for his
That's a bit
Australian
rude.
mannerisms.
Okay.
Mate, none of the Bachelors are known for being a genius.
Or NRL players, for that matter.
All right, he's not an NRL player.
Didn't you say NRL?
Yeah, union. He plays for the Wallabies.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, it's two different types of rugby.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. If you're going to call
You
it
live
both
in a-
rugby,
You live in a country... let's not get into this, all right? This is
there's
Nick
two
Cummins.
different rugby games. There's two different bachelors, mate. There's too many things.
Here is the new Bachelor, okay?
Right, okay.
And this is him speaking in post-match interviews after his rugby game.
If I end up getting a gig, mate, I'll be going off like a cut snake. Hearing from the crowds, it's you're as tough as woodpecker lips. So this season turns up, the boys will be, going off like a ball in a china shop. Sweating like a gypsy with a mortgage, actually, when he got up after scoring that try. Bloody, you beauty. Look, you ever heard of that Bible story of, Samson and Delilah?
Yeah. No.
Well, that's got nothing to do with what I'm doing, so...
Have you ever heard of this? No. Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
So he's known for being a bit of a character. Now,
Right.
he's the most unique Bachelor yet. And this is not a joke, by the way. This is the guy who is 22
Well, you
women
know
are
what?
going to be like, I want to be with this guy forever.
At least he has a personality.
Yeah.
All the other guys are just a dude in a suit with a
Yeah.
big head and lots of money.
Yes, so I've actually come up with a game just so you can get to know the Bachelor better, Lewis, because obviously you're
Yeah.
not very familiar with Nick. I've come up with a game where I've got a couple of quotes. Some of them I've made up myself, and some of them are actual Nick Cummins, the new Bachelor quotes, things that he's
Okay.
said in interviews in the past.
Right.
Are you ready to play?
And he just says Australian things.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike,
Cool.
can
I'm
we get
ready
a bit
to
of
play.
a ding and a cross ready? Great. All right. Let's see how it goes. There's three questions. If you can get two, I'll be very impressed.
Right.
Here's the first one. You got to guess if it's made up. Oh, so I'll give you two, and you
Yep.
got to guess which one's made up, which one's his.
Cool.
The first one, fair dinkum. That's better than a ham sandwich in June. And the next one is, and he said one of these, oh, mate, I've gone bloody up and over and head over biscuit.
Up and over and head over biscuit. That one sounds like falling over, which is something that would happen in either rugby union or rugby league, whichever one of those he plays.
Yep.
I reckon the biscuit one.
Correct.
I've done
That's
it.
Nick.
Okay, cool.
All right, second one.
Both of those things just sounded as fake as each other.
Yeah.
I just used the one that sounded like falling over, which must have been him.
All right, this next one. He was sweating like a bag of cats at a greyhound meet, but he managed to get over there for some meat. Or he was sweating like a dog without a smacko, but he managed to get over there for a stubby and a shrimp. He said one of those things.
No way. They're both fake.
No. That would have been funny, though.
Okay. It's going to be the smacker one makes more sense. So that one.
Nah, this is wrong.
No. But the other one was so long.
He said like a bag of cats at a greyhound meet, but he managed to get over there for some meat. I think by meat he meant the rugby ball. I'm not sure what he meant. I'm not sure what he meant.
Sure.
All right, the last one.
Yeah.
I got a bit of salmon on the run, and I was busier than a one-armed bricklayer in Baghdad. Or,
salmon? The fish?
Well, he said that's what in fact, he uses analogies. He doesn't...
What's getting salmon on the run? Did he stop for some sushi
Well, mate.
during the game?
Hear the second one out.
Yeah.
I got a sub to go and got held up by a bloke drier than a dingo's donger. Which one do you reckon Nick said?
Salmon on the go or dingo's donger? Which one sounds like something that Luke would make up for a laugh? I've caught you, mate. It's dingo's donger is fake.
He said both. The new Bachelor. I can't wait. I bet you're excited
Okay,
now
I'm
for
excited.
this season.
I hope he says dingo's
It's going to
donger
be the
again.
best season.
Luke and Lewis. Luke, do you remember the old movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original?
Do I ever? Yes.
One of
It's a
the
classic.
biggest films of all time.
Yep.
Did you ever wonder what those kids are up to?
No, I've never once thought, I wonder if Augustus Gloop is still kicking around.
Well, man, what if he's hit the gym and he's gotten huge? That'd be cool.
Yeah, he did. He went like full Neville Longbottom and just got real hot. All I had to do was make 7 more Willy
Yeah.
Wonkers and Augustus Gloop would have been a catch.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any Augustus Gloop news, not even Veruca Salt news.
Oh, no.
Which are the two mains that you would remember. other
Well,
than
and Charlie, yeah.
Well, Charlie's kind of boring, though.
Grandpa Joe as well.
I think he might be under the
I was
ground.
about to say that. I regret. I was like, I don't think he's doing much.
But what I do have for you is TV Mike. Do you remember that kid? The kid
Yeah.
that couldn't stop watching television?
And I remember he was like obsessed with westerns and just any type of TV.
Yeah,
and his
he
parents couldn't get him to stop.
He got miniaturized into a TV.
Yeah.
Well, I figured out what he's up to. His name is Paris, the guy who was the actor.
Yeah.
Paris actually went on Jeopardy, the US game show, as a contestant.
Right.
Right.
So he's killing it.
Yeah, and when here's the interesting thing though. When the host of Jeopardy asked him what he's done with his life and who he is, this is what Paris said.
Paris Themmen from North Hollywood, California, an entrepreneur and a backpacker. In fact, an avid backpacker. How many countries?
61 countries.
Holy smokes.
On 6 continents, not yet Antarctica.
2 problems with that. First, major problem.
Wait, so he didn't bring up the fact that he was like in one of the most famous movies of all time?
He just didn't mention it at all. That's my biggest problem with it. Also, slightly smaller gripe, you can't be an entrepreneur and a backpacker, okay? You're a backpacker who has an Instagram account.
Yeah. You can't be working in your side business while you're backpacking like the Philippines or something.
Nobody's working on a startup in Cambodia. But
well,
yeah.
some people are. It's just heavily illegal.
But yeah, I think it's so interesting that he didn't mention it at all. And obviously the producers of the game show didn't know either. Otherwise they would have brought it up and said, we know your secret. You were on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's
Yeah.
super interesting. In fact, the only reason people found out that he was that kid was because internet detectives on Twitter worked out, that's that kid.
How do you look at a 50-year-old guy and you're like, this guy rings a bell? And then you're like, search your mind back to that time you watched Willy Wonka on Channel 9 3 years ago.
Well, maybe they're just big fans of his entrepreneurial work in Cambodia.
Right. But I understand him. I feel that, and I wouldn't talk about it either.
You wouldn't talk about you being in the biggest cultural movie in decades.
I've done some stuff, and I wouldn't mention. I've done a few big projects and haven't mentioned it.
Really,
at
you've
times.
done a few projects.
Man, I do a radio show every day, and I haven't mentioned mention some of the stuff I've done.
You reckon you've done something as big as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Well, I've been in a couple of films.
A couple of films that have been in cinemas?
Oh, no. Year 12 media films.
Right.
I was
in a couple of school projects.
I was okay, talk it down. I was the lead role in the buddy cop film Cucumber and Brian.
The lead role. And did you also write, film and direct this?
No, my mate Tyler did.
Oh.
So I got cast actually.
Yeah.
I played the funniness of the whole thing was the main joke was I was a detective named Detective Cucumber, and my partner was a cucumber named Brian. And the joke in that was you'd think that the cucumber would be called Cucumber and that I would be called Brian.
Wait, so
but it was switched.
It was an actual vegetable.
Yes, I was in a Buttercup film starring alongside a cucumber.
And I have no idea why you don't.
And I wouldn't bring that up.
I don't know why you don't brag about that every day.
I know.
Couldn't think of a single reason. Luke, you have for how long has this been going on? Weeks almost. You have been bringing an idea to the show that you won't tell me about.
Yep.
You'd come to me and go, I've got the best idea. I've got a great story of me doing something dumb. And then I'll be like, cool, let's talk about it. And you're like, nah, it's not good enough. Like,
no, it's not good enough. It's definitely good enough. It's the best story, and I was gonna save it for our Fox FM show.
Yeah.
But then I just thought...
You're holding out on Modern Digital, are you?
Is your phone going off in the middle of the show?
Apparently, I guess it is.
Our show sucks.
Sorry, everyone. Okay, well,
That's our policy. Usually it's like, guys, turn your phones off before walking in. Our one's like, yeah, turn it up full bore and set 3 alarms throughout the...
Mate, well, now, because my phone rang, you're going to have to tell the best story ever.
Great.
You're going to save this, man.
No, I've decided not to save it. I've decided that I can't keep leaving you in the dark. It is officially the story of the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Ooh, you're welcome, Tesla drivers.
Now, I've told on this show, I've done some pretty dumb stuff.
I was going to say, I would say maybe the dumbest thing could have happened on the show any day of the week.
But what I caught myself doing the other day in public was... I was so embarrassed, but I was also like fascinated with how stupid I was.
Yeah,
I'll set the scene.
That's very dumb. When you impress yourself with how stupid you are.
And especially when you're me, I was like, Jesus. All right, so strap in.
Yep.
I will set the scene. I was at Baker's Delight, and I often get a barbecue bonanza pizza.
Yep.
And there's a microwave on the counter, and I put my pizza in the microwave and I let it heat up. Right, and I put it in for 30 seconds and was just standing there. No, you did. Trust me, you have no idea where this is going. Where do you think it's going?
Okay, I think did you leave it in the microwave?
Nah,
okay.
That's not. I've done that before. That's not that stupid.
Have you?
I mean, it's stupid, but this is way worse.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
So 30 seconds finishes, time's up, and I'm just like kind of daydreaming a bit on my phone, and then I go beep beep, and I'm like, oh great, so it's out. I take my pizza out of the microwave, close the microwave door, and it doesn't really close properly. So I was like, oh, I've got to close it properly. So I close it properly. Then I reached into my pocket, grabbed out my car keys, and then proceeded to try and lock the microwave. I tried to lock the microwave door with my car keys, and I realized I was doing it for about 15 seconds, and then
15 seconds?
So what happened was I caught myself doing it, and I was like, and then I froze, and I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to lock a microwave right now with the car keys to my Subaru. I was like, this is not going to happen. So then I was like, what about if someone's watching?
Yeah,
so instead of panicking, I quickly, I maintained, composure. Yeah. And then I just pretended I was, trying to fix my car keys and, check them out a little. And, I wiggled them a bit. And I was like, oh, that seems wrong. And then I casually put them in my pocket and then quickly looked up to see if anyone had seen me doing it. And I'm pretty sure it was just the girl who worked at the bakery saw it and no one else.
But now you can never go back, Luke. You know that, right?
Yeah, I didn't go back today. I was so scared. I was like, there's no way. I haven't been back for weeks.
Oh, there's that guy that thinks our microwave is his car.
Yeah.
Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. That brings us to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. But we will be back tomorrow.
I can't wait. Always look forward to it. Yeah. Mike, turn your mic on.
Now turn it off.
No, turn it on. Don't be mean. You have a place in this show. No, he's refusing.
No, it's on.
Okay, would you like to say what you're going to say at the start of the show?
Oh, yeah, but it's not really relevant anymore.
Yeah, well, what was
true.
it?
You know what? I'll give you a chance. You should say it.
Well, I was going to say that all the openers to the show, except for the one that played today, which is the Tom and Jerry and Ben and Jerry one, they all have little audio snippets.
but
This
you
one-
can yell.
This one, this one didn't, which is why Lewis was like, ice cream.
No, that's not how I do it. I said, ice cream!
Hey, Lewis,
Yeah.
I'm really glad you told Mike to turn off his mic.
Luke, I really regret that you made me let him turn his mic on. At the
Hey,
end of
Luke
the
and
show.
Lewis. Hey, Luke and Lewis.
Mike does not like.
Mic off. Goodbye.
I don't want
what
to come back
happens.
tomorrow.
That's what happens when you let him put his mic on. He's like, oh, good, I can play all my sound effects.
That's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in.
We'll
in
talk to
your
you
Teslas.
tomorrow. But, well, we'll talk. You'll listen. See you later. Luke and Lewis.